Delphi Murders Rev horror solved after years. In the heart of Indiana lies the small town of Delphi, a place where neighbors greet one another by name, where streets are quiet and where the rhythm of life beats slow and steady. A town where children roam freely and secrets are rare. But beneath this tranquil surface, on a cold February afternoon in 2017, darkness crept in to claim 2 innocent lives and forever changed Delphi's story. Liberty Libby German was just 14 years old, a girl full of light, curiosity, and boundless energy. Her best friend, Abby Williams, was 13, a kindred spirit who shared Libby's sense of adventure. The two were inseparable, their friendship woven with laughter, trust, and dreams for the future. On February 13th, a Monday with no school, the girls set out for a simple hike along the Monon High Bridge Trail, a place they knew well, a place where they had explored many times before. It was a routine walk meant to bring fresh air, smiles, and maybe a few photos to capture the moment. The last innocent moments, at precisely 2:07 p.m., Libby captured a photograph on her phone, a snapshot of Abby standing on the old wooden planks of the Monon High Bridge. The bridge itself was a relic, its rotting beams and narrow walkways suspended 63 feet above the cold waters of Deer Creek. It was a fragile bridge to a world that would soon shatter. The photo captured youthful joy and friendship, smiles frozen in time. But Libby's phone was quietly recording more than just images. Hidden within the device was a short video, one that no one understood the importance of at the time. A faint voice, cold and commanding, spoke from the shadows. Down the hill. These 3 words, simple yet terrifying, echoed through the quiet forest. A man's voice, not a plea, not a question, but an order. The man's face was hidden beneath a dark baseball cap, his hands tucked deep in his pockets. He followed behind the girls, an unseen predator trailing prey. Those chilling words would haunt investigators, families, and the nation for years. The disappearance and panic. As the afternoon slipped into evening, Libby and Abby did not return. Libby's father arrived at the trailhead expecting the 2 girls to appear any moment, laughing and recounting their day. But the trail was silent. The woods swallowed their footsteps, leaving only questions in their wake. Calls to their phones went unanswered. Panic quickly spread. Police were alerted, neighbors gathered, and a search began in earnest. Volunteers combed through dense thickets and winding trails, flashlights cutting through the gathering darkness. The cold bit into the skin as the temperature dropped sharply with the setting sun. Shouts of the girls' names echoed through the forest, desperate and growing more frantic by the hour. The community, gripped by fear, refused to believe the worst, but deep down, the dread was undeniable. A scene of unspeakable horror. At dawn on Valentine's Day, February 14th, searchers found them. Just 50 feet from the frozen banks of Deer Creek, Libby German and Abigail Williams lay lifeless. The scene was grotesque. A tableau of horror and cruelty so profound that even veteran investigators recoiled. Authorities chose to keep many details from the public, shielding the families and the town from the worst of the brutal truth. But it was clear, this was no accident, no random tragedy. This was a cold, calculated murder. Evidence from the shadows. From the earliest moments, investigators clung to 2 pivotal clues. The first was Libby's phone. Her final act had captured both video and audio of the killer. The man's shadowed figure, his voice cold and commanding, his footsteps hauntingly close behind. This digital ghost would become the key piece of evidence that propelled the case into the national spotlight. The second clue was the nature of the crime itself. The precision of the attack, the location of the bodies, the staging of the scene. It all suggested the killer was someone who knew Delphi's woods intimately. Someone who could move silently, invisibly, stalking his victims with terrifying ease. The search for a monster. The composite sketch of the suspect was released quickly. A man with a baseball cap, a dark jacket, a beard. The image was haunting, etched into the minds of Delphi residents and viewers across the country. Calls flooded in from the public, tips pouring in with hope and fear mixed. The FBI joined the investigation, lending resources and expertise. But the killer remained elusive. Weeks turned into months and months into years. A town paralyzed by fear. The once vibrant community of Delphi fell into silence. Children stopped playing outside. Parents kept watchful eyes on every passerby. Every man who vaguely resembled the sketch was eyed with suspicion, a potential threat lurking behind every friendly face. The Monon High Bridge, once a place of childhood wonder and exploration, became a sinister landmark, a reminder of innocence lost, of evil lurking just beyond sight. A new face in the crowd. In April 2019, investigators released a startling update. A new sketch, younger, clean-shaven, with sharper, more refined features. It was a face that changed everything. Based on new witness statements and re-examined evidence, police revealed this was the suspect's likely true appearance. A chilling realization washed over the town. The killer had been hiding in plain sight all along. A breakthrough years later. For nearly 6 years, the case remained cold. Then, in October 2022, police arrested Richard Allen, a 50-year-old pharmacy worker who had quietly lived in Delphi without raising suspicion. Allen's arrest stunned many. How could a man with no prior record, no history of violence, be the monster who shattered the lives of 2 young girls? Piecing together the evidence, court records revealed disturbing details. Allen admitted to being on the trail that fateful day. Eyewitnesses place him on the bridge, dressed in clothes matching those worn by the man in Libby's haunting video. Ballistics experts linked a bullet casing found near the crime scene to a firearm registered to Allen. Forensic evidence piled high, painting a grim portrait of guilt. The dark underbelly. As the investigation deepened, whispers emerged. Leaked documents hinted at ritualistic behavior, strange staging of the scene, and the possibility that Allen was not acting alone. Prosecutors, however, focused solely on Allen. Was this the full story? Or was there a darker conspiracy hiding just beyond reach? Inside the mind of a killer. Psychologists studying the case constructed a chilling profile. The killer was not impulsive. He was calculated, patient, and cold. His attacks were meticulously planned. He enjoyed power, the ability to control life and death. His choice of victims, location, and the staging all reflected a mind steeped in darkness. The legal fight for justice. Richard Allen pleaded not guilty. His defense claimed he was a scapegoat, framed by unknown forces. The courtroom became a battleground between grief and doubt. For the families of Libby and Abby, every hearing was a mix of hope and renewed pain. Justice felt close, but the wounds remained raw. The town struggled to heal. Delphi began the slow, painful process of healing. Memorials grew at the bridge, candles flickered in the night, flowers bloomed in cold winter soil, and heartfelt notes lined the walkways. But the bridge itself remained a somber reminder of the past. Some locals refused to cross it, claiming a chilling heaviness lingered in the air. Unanswered questions linger. Even with the arrest, one haunting question remains. Was Richard Allen truly alone in his horror? Did accomplices help conceal the crime? Or does someone else still walk free in Delphi's shadows? The killer's voice, the command, "Down the hill," still echoes, a ghostly whisper reminding all that evil sometimes wears the mask of normalcy. A legacy of pain and vigilance. The Delphi murders stand as a stark warning. A story of innocence stolen, of a town forever changed. A tale that reminds us evil can lurk beneath the surface of ordinary life. And a reminder that even in small towns, darkness can find a way to creep in, silent, patient, and deadly. If this video gripped you, don't forget to like the video and share it with fellow true crime fans. For more chilling deep dives into the world's darkest mysteries, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Thanks for watching, stay curious, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next story.